Yeah, let's read it. I got you.
Oh, it's there.
Where's that?
It's there already. It's a bit off. I put it. This is so gross. It won't let me do it again.
Oh, it looks like some people agree with me in the chat. Where's it at? I'll read it with you. Last.
It's a few messages back. The last thing I posted.
Oh, okay, cool. The Restoring Truth and Sanity. That.
Yeah.
All right, let's read it. So it says here, by the authority vested in me as president, by the Constitution and the law of the United States of America, it is hereby ordered, Section 1, purpose and policy. Over the past decade, Americans have witnessed a concerted and widespread effort to rewrite our nation's history, replacing objective facts with a distorted narrative driven by ideology rather than truth. This revisionist movement seeks to undermine the remarkable achievements of the United States by casting its founding principles and historical milestones in a negative light. Under this historical revision, our nation's unparalleled legacy of advancing liberty, individual rights, and human happiness is reconstructed as inherently racist, sexist, oppressive, or otherwise irredeemably flawed. Rather than fostering unity and a deeper understanding of our shared past, the widespread effort to rewrite history deepens societal divides and fosters a sense of national shame, disregarding the progress America has made and the ideals that continue to inspire millions around the globe. I agree with everything that was just said. So what's the issue?
History should be factual and not based on your feelings.
I agree with everything that
This why we gotta this why black people we gotta gatekeep our ethnicity, because we'll have people that come from over here that want to flat blackness and then buy into this American idea that washes out the building of what the actual foundation of what America is, which is literally black.
Wait, I'm doing that?
Hell yeah. If you agree with that shit, yeah,
100% you are, King. 100% you are.
Oh, you guys are
look, they're basically saying, listen, King, please.
You're not going to hide my history. You're not going to hide my
This
ancestors.
is crazy.
King, you're basically saying, King, history should be history.
Black history by making that Indian woman with that fucking record dot in the middle of her forehead by trying to call her black? Huh?
Nobody's talking about that.
About what you're saying.
Listen.
By allowing a bunch of fucking wetbacks across the fucking border to take over fucking cities? That's not erasing blackness? You have a bunch of chilies. You have a bunch of chilies trying to hop the fucking border.
Welcome, Isa. Thank you. One mic on, the other Hermana. Chill.
Come on
Can I talk
now.
after, please?
What's up, Isa? How you doing, baby girl?
Hello.
Chili.
What's going on?
Baby back with you.
So we're discussing it's in the chat, we're discussing the
Chili's baby
executive
back
order,
with
which
you.
is dismantling Black History museums. But all I wanted to say was history is history and truth is truth. You can't just say we're going to not have this history because it makes me feel sad. That is literal, so dangerous.
Well,
so dangerous.
So crazy. Bush voted for Trump.
That doesn't mind. I don't care about who voted for who. It doesn't matter who's in office.
This is from the White House, right? Just a right?
What?
So
Yeah.
yes,
Talking about the issue
So Butcher, this is from Trump. Butcher, why you sitting there talking crazy?
We
Butcher,
did
this is from
begin, or Chili's began the conversation by addressing something enacted by a Trump policy. But overall, if we're talking broadly about identities and how we fit together in America as Americans or some non-Americans or future Americans, then we're no longer talking about politics.
Yeah, my thing is, Tally, I don't assume, every nappy-headed American that calls himself an American is actually an American. I don't do that. There's a lot of people who are not American that unfortunately they're born here, So I don't feel like I have a need to defend them or anything of that sort.
Are you indigenous as well?
So I am American, not only by ideology, but yes, I was born here. My point is, Alaska, there's an ideological part that comes with being an American, and too many people want to ignore that.
But that's literally the point I'm making, is they want to get rid of history. They want to just ignore it because it's...
So what history do you think they want to get rid of? Because you keep saying that, but I'm not sure like what you're trying to get at.
Well, we already explained before, didn't we, about the lunch counter exhibition specifically they're getting rid of, and the thing we just read.
Okay.
Do you not think it's dangerous?
Do you know what that? Hold on. Team, do you know what the lunch counter exhibit is?
The lunch comment?
Exhibit.
No, I'm not.
Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of
That's
here.
a damn shame.
So
I
let me
guess
just say
not,
this.
because
Let me
I
just
don't.
say this.
So if I
He knows what it is. He just said that it was too short.
So
You
if
can
I tell you
explain
something,
it in regards to
you know
what it
what's
is.
going on in our history. Can I tell you the same
Ken, you know what it is.
No, so sorry, thank you for pointing that out, Pops. Okay.
Hold on a second. It's not up to you.
Let's not just discredit him for 4 words of a discussion.
Well, actually, I would say more so because you were educated.
Oh my gosh, ready when you are. But no, get back on topic, King. You know what
Yeah.
you're
So,
talking about.
because you had an American education, I would think that.
I know what it is. I just don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that's
not
what,
like
I know you know what it is, King.
This is
Exactly.
very weird that males do this.
That I don't know the title.
Anyway,
you know what?
Very strange. So you have an American education. I'm certain you learned about the Civil Rights era and the forced integration of restaurants. Is that
of course.
Is that okay? So for me, it's like enough to hear lunch counter, and I know.
Right.
So yeah, that's what they're removing.
Give him a little bit more context.
The actual. So what is this like a? Because I'm thinking this is a piece in a museum.
Yes.
Yeah, bro. That's
So
the
this is
Smithsonian,
like...
I believe.
Yeah. So what is that?
So basically, it's in a specific... I think it's in a specific part. It's a specific like Black history like part basically.
Is it a specific restaurant?
No.
No, somebody just tell him. But I think I visited that in the Smithsonian.
Hold on. So the
Even if you're
Woolworth
trying-
counter, they did a sitting at the Woolworth counter. That's kind of like doing integration in the 1960s by Black American. When they were putting the museum together, they took the counter and they put it in the museum. You can go and you can sit there and actually see a depiction in a film of what happened during that.
Oh, I see.
That's actually a very big point of history that people should know about this country. You can just remove that and say, well,
we all know
because
about
it portrayed, hold on a second, just because it portrayed quote unquote white people as being aggressive toward white people, it's still history and it needs to be said. But I can say this though, right? At the same breath, Harriet Beecher is featured in that museum and she doesn't belong there. She's a white woman who did nothing, but you're getting praised on American history when she did nothing. John Greenfield is also featured. Maybe we should remove him because that's actually the DI. That's actually the DI part where they did nothing, contributed nothing, but they wanted to put white people in the museum. So they plucked a couple of DI and they put them in the museum to make white people look good.
But the
I'm fine with that.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you.
I don't have an issue with that.
No, but the issue is that like when you read the executive order, they're stating this as a new policy, which means they're going to continue doing this to other significant like exhibitions or whole museums. Like he could just now stop funding for a museum because it's a Black museum. That's insane.
If you were to remove, thank God it's offensive to white people in museum, there will be no museum in the United States. I don't know if you guys have been. It's 15 The Smithsonian is a combination of 15 museums in Washington, D.C., right? You have the African American Museum, which is the latest one. Then you have the Native American Museum, which is fucking gruesome. But they do tell you the history. They do tell you how this country got it because it is part of the history. We need to know these things. It's not like, oh yeah, well, you make us look bad. You make us look bad, so therefore we're not gonna show it to you. What the
Also,
fuck? What is that?
Tilly's just put in the chat also about Trump saying he's threatening to defund schools that teach about slavery. Like that's wow.
That's not true at all.
They just be making shit up, man.
Bro, King, why are they making shit up? This
They
is
be
crazy.
making shit
Right,
up.
like straight up
in the chat.
You know what?
It's in the chat.
No, it's not. It wasn't breaking news everywhere, Alaska. Alaska, if it was true, it would have been breaking news everywhere.
In an appearance on Fox News.
was President Donald Trump said he would shut down the Department of Education and punish schools that teach that America was built off the backs of slaves. It was our appearance on Fox News today. This was dated, this sounds like it was a while ago, pre-election, I'm assuming. But yep, October 18th, 2024. Yeah, so he definitely has said.
What Louis just said, and what does that have to do with what Alaska just said? The two different sentences.
That he intends to punish schools that teach that America was built off the backs of slaves.
No, that's what you said. They said something else.
Just teaching about slavery.
Yeah, that's what Alaska said.
What do you mean teaching about slavery?
So
Teaching about slavery
this is where the First Amendment stuff comes
Right,
in.
King, it's not two separate things.
It's not the same thing.
It's saying you could teach about slaves, but it has to be in a specific like framing, or else like there's
He's saying a truthful framing.
What do you mean a truthful frame?
Wait.
And also that it was staying on narrative, which it was.
What's going on here?
Was America not?
Oh my God!
What's going on, bro?
So you're trying to tell me?
I'm just trying to figure something out. I'm trying to figure out what you guys believe.
Slavery was central.
Real quick, King. Real quick, I'm trying to see what you believe. Do you believe that America was built off the backs of slaves?
It's not central. No, I do not believe that.
What do you mean by it's not
Then we can't.
central?
Then
What do you mean by it's not
disagree right there.
central?
It's not central. I do not believe American slavery was central to building America.
That's
Ridiculous.
ridiculous, right? Wait.
It's not
That's
ridiculous. As a matter of fact, it's not ridiculous.
That's ridiculous, right?
When you look at the economic output, it is not ridiculous. Now, again, that doesn't mean that American blacks. Let me finish.
What in the Kanye West is going on here?
Let me finish. That doesn't mean that American blacks did not build America. See the difference? American blacks were still helping build America after slavery. That's the key here. Right? Did you get that?
Do you understand that this country have practiced slavery longer?
Of course.
Then we have
longer than it was a
Okay.
country.
Slavery.
Like, hold up. Like, this entire continent is built on slavery.
Can I also
The United States is the oldest country in this continent at 249
I understand
years.
that.
At 249 years.
King, what were America's main exports to the
Slavery
world?
on this continent
He's
started
trolling,
in
yo. He's trolling. He's
Do
definitely
the
trolling.
math. Like, do the
I'm
math.
trolling? You saying I'm trolling?
Can I also
I'm
say
not
that
trolling.
part of it was it's not
I
just
said clear statements. American slavery wasn't central to building America.
Not
It
only-
didn't have
not
anything to
only-
do with
What was
it.
America's
Slavery
main
was
export for like 200
It
better?
It
19th century.
was the integral part of
In
the
the
building of this
19th
country.
Y'all too emotional, man.
just
In the
the
19th century,
I'm not trolling.
backbone.
I'm not
In the
trolling.
19th century, the backbone of the U.S. economy was cotton.
But listen,
Full stop.
Okay.
Yeah,
Also-
they had-
I guess that built
Still, we still have the best cotton too, by the way.
I guess
Hey,
built
Let
America.
Alaska get in there, gentlemen. Be gentlemen.
It means cotton built
Yes,
America.
it did. Yes, it did. Yes.
You're right.
listen.
Cotton built America.
No.
Not
The
just-
slaves that they used, the free labor that was used to procure that
When
product
did I deny
Right.
that? Look,
And
when did I deny that?
and profit off of it.
Go look at that, Alaska.
It wasn't free.
That
No,
was
it
free.
wasn't
I
free.
denied that.
Slaves
And then
wasn't
we get
free.
blamed.
Slaves wasn't
Yeah,
free, bro.
Don't make that statement. It was not free.
Good
For
afternoon.
centuries.
Also,
Free labor.
in addition,
When did I deny that, Louis?
When you say non-central, when you say
I say
non-central, that's
you
a
hear
denial.
what Max saying?
No, when you say not central, that's a denial.
No, it is
denial.
not.
You say
You're
that, yes,
saying
it
that
is.
it's not central
It is
to
central.
how
It-
America
it
has
was
developed.
integral.
And it
Listen.
didn't play a role.
Listen, it was more than central. It was integral. Without it, there is no United States, bro.
Integral.
It
It
is.
was so
Without
integral,
it, there
they
is
got rid of it. It's so integral, they got rid of it and started the
And then
industrial.
what?
It was so integral for half of the
Wait.
half of the country feared.
Irrelevant
No.
to have slaves.
Half of the country feared so much that their economy would shrink when slavery stopped that they went to war. We fought over this.
You guys gotta guys got to listen to what people saying and not with your hearts. You got to let the emotion go. I never said. If you're not listening to people's position, then you might as well.
I'm listening completely, bro. You said that.
You're just listening.
You're saying that it wasn't the core of the economy.
It wasn't central.
You're saying it
wasn't central to building America.
But there was a point in this country's time where
I agree with that. It is what I said. Because the first question y'all should have asked is, well, what time frame or how much of America are we talking about?
Well, that's what we mean. That's what I mean. Those are the foundations of a nation.
Because if you go to like Louis pointed out, cotton at one point in time.
Okay, I'm going to talk now. Now you said that, I'm going to talk. Okay, yeah, I am. You're ignoring the point. You're doing so much
Matt was addressing King and also Louis, but they're both muted now, so I don't see a reason why Alaska can't speak.
I've been trying to
so I can't finish what I'm saying. Right.
Because you're going off the point.
What I'm saying. Y'all want to have a bad faith conversation.
No,
that's how y'all want to
begin your... You seem to begin your responses.
We all want to be emotional.
You seem to begin your responses in the middle of other people's questions.
Like that. I'm trying to keep it cool.
You're the only person who's upset here.
And causing the confusion.
So anyway, one mic on Alaska. One mic on Alaska. I don't know why you have to be this way.
Just like a woman.
Look here, Kyle. You can punch all the drywall you want. You do not scare anyone on the internet, and particularly not me. You need to calm yourself. Calm yourself. Deep breaths.
The other part.
Alaska.
Nasty fucking attitude, and then they wonder why they fucking single. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, you see how that has zero to do with it? Go ahead, Alaska.
Go ahead, Alaska.
So the other part of the sentence.
We don't give a fuck. We do what we want.
You need to get better at your. You need to do better at your mimicry. Anyway, the other part of that sentence. Let's get back to the actual point. Was stolen land, which is irrefutably true. I highly recommend the books. An Indigenous People's History of America and Raoul Peck's Exterminate the Brutes documentary. Very good. So he's basically advocating for ahistorical things to be taught and spread, and that's terrifying. So even if you want to debate and go into this other straw man stuff, you can't say that it wasn't stolen land. People were here before you.
The crazy thing,
and the point is that they're stopping the thing talk.
I'll go after you, Louis.
Go after Louis.
The crazy thing about this, and that's the thing that's troubling about. The thing that's troubling about this is they're trying to paint a picture that, like that America didn't even need the slaves. Like they enslaved them. Like they brought people over from the transatlantic slave trade, and they enslaved them, but they didn't need to, right? There wasn't any economic driving factor that there was no they just didn't have to have them, right? They just had slaves, right? And that was that, right? They you good? Everything cool? What's wrong with you?
Nathan had asked to go next.
Wait, I'm sorry.
Oh, I thought you were
listening to that, man.
The picture that's being painted is that, hey, you're saying that not only did they make black people slaves, but they didn't have to, and they weren't integral to the economy and to building the nation up to what it was, and that's ridiculous. You're trying. It's trying. I don't even know what it's trying to.
Hey Jacob, I'm in fucking Lakeview, man. Let's get a beer. Yo, Jacob, man, I'm down at the beach in Lakeview. Let's get a fucking beer, man. Bro.
Clearly on the phone.
Bro, what are you in, like a fucking bird cage or something?
You can hear birds are clear. It's clear.
Man, those birds are on Clown House.
I love this. Rami Isa made that claim. Says that Allah mentions in the Quran al-adsa wal-basal, right? The onions and the what was it called? The ads. It's like a vegetable, right? But He doesn't mention the imam. Allah mentions the imam.
Yeah, but why would you do that? That's too much trouble.
Assalamu alaikum.
Quick, you gotta.
I don't understand the intention of trying to make that.
So let's get this. You just got back into the room, D-Master?
Yeah, I did. I wasn't talking. I was having a conversation. I stopped.
Yeah, Lester got a chance to talk already. We have a queue as well too, Bima.
Okay, can you add me, Nathan?
You can go after Butcher.
Thank you.
So I just want to say this. Some things I believe what they're doing is right. Like telling kids that, hey, this land was stolen. I think it does create like sleeper agents, and that's not good for children. I think that some parts, like teach Black history, but teach certain parts of it to adults. Because I think the kids hearing stuff about, oh, this land was stolen, these people are bad, I think it does do something. We have a lot of people in this country, you see them on Clubhouse, that believe that Black people cannot be racist. Like, literally, they cannot. That's, to me, that's crazy.
Can I ask you a question?
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, do you not think that, but like I don't know about you, but most of the people I speak to don't, like, it's not taught in school, so maybe that's the reason it should be, so that these conversations can happen earlier.
Black history is taught in school. Very much.
I know it's not much to do, but I mean, those conversations
in America, all the time. You watch movies, you read stories. Black history is a part of America.
I'm confused.
100%.
What do you mean by sleeper agents? I think that's what I'm getting confused.
What I mean by sleeper agents is people who have this vendetta against people who are the color of white, right? And for no rational reason, just from the information they heard in the past. Oh,
yeah,
Black
that
people,
sounds like
you did this to my people, you did this to my people, you had us all the time. You did this to my people, you did this to my people.
Yeah, that sounds like they weren't educated to realize it's the white system of the individuals. So
that could be the case, but it's how it is in America, right? And you see this too. But even people from different parts of the world, different families, they born into America and they adopt the same ideology too, because it's a part of the American system. And I'm saying this because I know people that mother and father are not American, right? And they have the same rhetoric as well too. Oh, I'm like, we're talking about interracial relationships. Would you date? No. Why would I date a white person? What they did to my people? Fuck no. I would never. Like, what are you talking about, bro? What did white people?
Sorry, you land. I'm sorry. I was just saying, like, we don't get taught anything. Like, I didn't learn about colonialism, fucking nothing at all. So we're, like, the kind of education we get is, I guess, what Trump wants. And it is not good. Like, get so many people with low self-esteem. It's really, it's scary. It breeds nationalism in a bad way. It breeds, like, yobs, as we call them here.
No, what it looks like they're saying is not take away all of Black history, just a certain version of it.
That's
certain version, what it says like is like, hey, white people are just evil, just inherently evil. I think that's bad history.
That's terrible.
Oh, Black people solely.
That's not what's being taught. That's
Yes,
not
it is.
what's being taught in schools.
What school?
Anyway, okay, so let's
do that.
go. I think it's on internet.
We
need to deport all Mexicans, bro.
Yeah, so I wanted to say, like, the influence that black people had on early America was huge, right? I know the king would like this. Dude, because of slaves, because of Africans that were bought as slaves, is the reason you have capitalism like it is in America, right? It's like, well, where do you generate all this wealth? Right? You have, like, look at America, right?
Look at America.
Then his wife got your superior than I did according to you. So see, there's no proof. There's still no proof from anywhere.
Assalamu alaikum. Free Palestine. Free Palestine.
I saw him raise his hand earlier. I didn't allow him on stage. I said, you know what? Let's give him a chance. Let's see what he got to say. I should have known by his name that he's a clown.
Okay, I don't know why there's no. I don't know. There's Bro, by the way, Abdullah, so you went through.
Shit, I know
Grand Rising. One love. Big love. Free Tory, bitch. Oh yeah.
Somebody on a YouTube channel that only got 2 views. Now, come on up here. Bring us the bed.
Huge part in our economy. Like, America wouldn't have been able to compete with, like, all these other countries. They wouldn't, right? If it wasn't for slavery. Not at that time, man. And I just, like, I'd like to point out to the history of that. Because I think that a lot of people, like, either forget that or they see the North as being, like, separate from that. New York and all those banks and black wealth there was built off giving loans to slaveholders and insuring the slaves. I just want to point that out.
Go ahead, Butch. Yeah, just pushing back on the idea that slavery was. I think everybody made excellent points about how slavery was central to America's development, specifically cotton wheel.
They kicked me. I guess they're not so chill, huh?
Amen. How you doing?
I'm doing well.
Okay.
Sorry, you asked about me.
Hello, Jacob. Lori. I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Hey, Jacob, let's teach these guys some English and grab a beer in Lakeview.
Hey, Comedy, what's your name?
Hey, man, my name is Comedy.
He's got a YouTube channel and shit, don't put... Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, I got to get going to Lakeview to grab a beer. I'll talk to y'all's latest.
Okay.
Oh, he's not from... He's in Chicago.
Julia Jacob.
Please tell me what.
Yeah, but like that's fucking bearish because like gold is pretty high. It could pull back.
Yeah. I stopped using Bitfo denominated in gold. I mean denominated in dollars. I just have it now denominated in gold.
Gold Peter Schiff is God.
Fish, apparently, someone said that Tone Vase was one of your trading heroes. Is that true?
That's a weird tip. Like he's a dude I know
if it's true or not.
No.
version of his indicator, and I like it.
Who is your trading hero? British? So, sa type niya, under story compromise ay pinalagay dito.
I invoke abiding one, the center and secret of the sun, and that most holy mystery of which the vehicle am I, appear most awful and most mild, as it is lawful in thy child, for of the Father and the Son, the Holy Spirit is the norm, male, female, quintessential one, man being veiled in woman form, glory and worship in the highest out of mankind that defies, being that race most royally run to spring sunshine through winter storm.